Welcome back to Kowloon Cricket Club. A few technical difficulties with the stream, but we're back live now. First over, Niaz Ali has opened the bowling for the KCC Infidels, and that's the end of his first over. End of the first over, CHK Dragons. After lunch break, a little tongue-tied. The Dragons are 4 for the loss of no wicket. As Niaz Ali opened from the restaurant end, and Atiq Iqbal will be coming in from the bowling green end. It's a usual ploy. We see Atiq start from the bowling green end some weeks, most weeks, and then his second spell he comes on from the restaurant end, and a lot of the times that's when he does his most destructive work. But he also ties up the batters early on, bowling from the bowling green end. Dragons captain Siegfried White on strike. He's on 3. His first 2 runs, chopped through slips. A bit of a bottom edge. And there was an appeal for LBW in that first over. Not given. Now Atiq Iqbal. Full and defended well there by Siegfried. Coming on the front foot. Huge total for the Dragons. 376 for victory. Required run rate at the moment, 7.64. Oh, it's beaten the outside edge. It's a half-hearted appeal. Nothing doing. Just beat the batter. Too good. 2 slips, a gully, a point. Shortish cover. Mid-off, mid-on, square leg. Trying to see if there's anybody out on the ropes. I don't think so. They're going to go for a single here. Oh, there is a fine leg hiding behind the sight screen from my vision. Damon Yee on strike now. Adjustments to the field, left-hander. At the moment, KCC Infidels they were only having 2 on the offside. They've now started to figure out that they've got a lot of open space on the leg side. Still got that fine leg that's now coming up. Oh, there's a switch of play. It's a heavy offside field for Damon Yee. They've put a 3rd slip in, a gully and a point. Just the 2 on the leg side. One at mid-on, one at short mid-wicket. Tell which angle Atiq will be bowling to Damon Yee. He's beaten him. Very aggressive field here by Captain Mo Khan. 3 slips and a gully to the left-hander. Oh, and he's had a swing at that one. He's lucky not to get the edge. You can see why there's 3 slips and a gully in now. Angles that Atiq is bowling at them, especially at Yee, the left-hander. That one's full, it's bowled him! Bowled him leg stump, round his legs. Yee's got to go. Atiq Iqbal gets the first breakthrough for the Infidels. The first wicket falls for the Dragons. They are 5 for 1 after 2. Wasn't the angle that we thought Atiq was going to aim at, but he's bowled on that leg stump, bowled right around him. Yee stepped around it, taking his middle and leg stump out. Big Yorker. Gets the first breakthrough. 1 wicket down after 2. New batter to the crease for the Dragons is Tinley. He will be at the non-striker's end. That was the end of the over. Niaz Ali to continue with the left arm from the restaurant end. This will be his second over. First over went for 4. It was a confident appeal for LBW against Siegfried in the first over, not given. Ali to continue his second over. Chipped around it straight to the fielder. A direct hit would be dangerous. It was a little wide there for keeper Mokart. He scampered through for the single. That brings Tinley Kunchub to the strike for his first ball. Tinley, the left-hander, it'll be left arm to left hand. We saw a fair bit of that when Niaz Ali was batting. Magnificent 116. Backbone of the Infidels innings. Now he's trying to do it all with the ball. 2 slips a gully and a point in. It's going down leg, fairway down leg. They'll get through for a single. Positive wide will be called, and it is. 2 more to the score for the Dragons. That's the right line for Ali bowling to a right-hander, but to the left-hander. Went down wide. There's plenty of gaps out here on the leg side, so they'll push through for a single. Opener Tarrant fielding that one from mid on. Fair way to run around. And the normal partner in crime in the tent, Matt Bodfield, is over in the UAE following the Under-19 Hong Kong Men's World Cup qualifier games. But I will report, Bots, that I see at least 4 pigeons currently down at long off for the right-hander. A few getting in after lunch. They didn't have much chance last week. The game ended so quickly. But pigeons are in. They're in place in the field. Keep an eye on the pigeons. Do the pigeon count. Meanwhile, Tinley's back on strike. Right on the toes there. Big appeal. And not given. Possibly straying down leg again. But it was right on the toes of Kunchub. Feels like it's not far away from Niaz Ali getting a breakthrough as well. Second confident appeal for LBW. Right here on the effects mic. The wind's picking up again, making difficult, a little bit more difficult out there in the middle. Ball moving around a bit. It's bowled him! Taking the top of middle stump. He doesn't know what happened there, Tinley. He played over it and has hit the top of middle stump. Gets that breakthrough. That's the second wicket to fall for the Dragons. 9 for the loss of 2 wickets in the third over. Beautiful delivery there from Ali. Right on the top of middle stump. Tinley's played all over the top of it. He's got to go. Second wicket to fall. Both bowled so far. Still 1 delivery left of Niaz Ali's second over. Coming to the crease is the wicketkeeper for the Dragons, Jason Dewey. He will be on strike for 1 ball of the Niaz Ali over. Two right-handers at the crease now. Still getting the field set. They do have two out on the rope now on the leg side inside the power play first 10 overs. It's a deep square leg and a deep fine leg. Also a short mid-wicket and a mid-on. Left alone outside off. That's the end of the third over. Cricket Hong Kong. Dragons 9 for the loss of 2 wickets. Dragons still requiring 367 for victory. Atiq Iqbal to continue from the bowling green end. Wicket in his first over. The wicket of Damien Yee on the last ball of his first over. Free wide on strike. Defends out away from Iqbal. Just pushes it down to mid-off. Three slips and a gully back in place. A short mid-wicket in the catching position. Well defended again from Siegfried. He's just coming forward. Not allowing the ball to move around too much. Not a small man, so he's got plenty of stride to get to the ball. Oh, is that one swing and a miss? That one was a little shorter from Iqbal. Trying to tempt Siegfried into a shot. He's played underneath it. Getting some good bounce there, Atiq Iqbal. That one's Fuller. He's punched that through the infield. That's raced away for 4 runs. That's the first boundary for the Cricket Hong Kong Dragons. Very nice stroke there again, pushing forward and just cut it through. There were 3 fielders on the offside there, trying to cut that sort of shot off, but he pierced the infield, raced away to the short boundary for 4. Very nice shot. This time, a little shorter from Iqbal, cramps Siegfried up. Atiq like that one, grin on his face after he bowled it. One more delivery of the 4th over. He's left alone outside off. That's the end of 4 overs. Cricket Hong Kong. Dragons 13 for 2, requiring another 363 for victory. And you may notice that I'm saying KCC Infidels scored 375 and the scoreboard on the screen will say 376. There's a slight scoring error in there. The total Infidels scored was 375. So the Dragons need 376 for victory. Now Zali to continue. This will be his 3rd over. First 2 overs, 1 wicket for 8. There's Jason coming forward. He split the pigeon fielders there at mid-off. They've decided they need to go somewhere else for a feed. No run. Bad news, Botters. That shot through the pigeons. They've left the ground. We're now pigeon free here at Kowloon Cricket Club. Here's Ali continuing his 3rd over. Going down leg. It's probably going to be called wide. It is. It's well taken there from Mokan. Gloves on. Mokan, who's been keeping for the last couple of weeks, isn't the normal keeper. Charlie Walsh usually has the gloves on for the Infidels, but he's over in the UAE, playing in the World Cup qualifiers. It was well taken from Mokan, and that last one going down leg. Mokan coming up to the stumps now for Niaz Ali. Left his two slips back in position. Trying to keep Jason in his crease. Ali round the wicket. Oh, well taken. Though he didn't have his feet out of the crease. Kept them well planted, so no chance of a stumping. Niaz Ali mixing it up to the right-handers now. Going around that wicket. Angling the ball in. Do have a deep fine leg if it strays down leg. Good ball, well played. It's pushed out to point. Hasn't yet to get off the mark. He's faced 5 deliveries. Full this time, well defended. Push to mid-off, Iqbal Fields, another dot. Apart from the wide early on in this over, they've all been dot balls, one remaining. Again pitched out, well played, well bowled. That's the end of the 5th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 14 for the loss of 2 wickets, requiring another 362 for victory. It's a balmy 20.6 degrees out there in the middle at the moment. Beautiful weather for cricket. Light breeze, occasionally a little gusty. You can't ask for a nicer day of cricket in February in Hong Kong. Iqbal to continue from the bowling green end. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 wicket for 5. Aiming at that shorter, just short of a length for Atiq. Trying to cramp the batter up or attempting to have a shot at it outside off. Engage one of those 3 slips or gully. That one's fuller. Again, Siegfried looking very strong on the front foot. Seem to be bothering him at all at the moment. Those big blue pads down the pitch. Go around the grounds. Up at Hong Kong Cricket Club, the Optimists scored 132 in 32.5 overs, bowled out. Little Si Wan, they're 99 for 1 after 13.4 overs. They're now 99 for 2 after 13.5 overs. That's hit in the air. It should be a catch. He's getting under it. He's dropped it. We got to the ball nice and easily there, but just put it down in the end. Made such good ground. then just spilled it at the last moment. So we say catches win matches. They had Siegfried there, done and dusted. When he scampers through for a single, survives another day. Defended by Jason Liu. Said in the first innings how costly it was, the drop to Niaz Ali. That's the slow ball from Atiq Iqbal to end it. Rolls it out the back of his hand. No damage done. That's the end of the 6th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 15 for the loss of 2 wickets, requiring another 361. Only a single from each of the last 2 overs for the Dragons. It was a wide from Ali and drop catch on Atiq Iqbal's bowling. So they're being rather miserly, the Infidels. Niaz Ali to continue from the restaurant end. Put that right up there. Big call for LBW. Could have been an inside edge, I think. That's the 3rd LBW appeal. Niaz Ali in 3 overs. All have been denied. The wicket he did get took the top of middle stump. Siegfried Way now on 11. Remembering he was dropped in the last over. Mid on. That's going down leg, will be called wide. Last over, Niaz Ali was bowling around the wicket to the right-handers. He's decided to go over the wicket again. That time pushing it down leg side. Better line there from Niaz Ali. Going around the grounds over at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Sri Lankans Cricket Club put on a big total, 267 in their 50 overs, but United Services Recreation Club Vagabonds at the moment are making light work of it. They're 113 for the loss of no wicket after 17 overs. Current run rate 6.65. They're on target. Unless some wickets fall. Back here at KCC. That one's right up there, Yorker length. Well defended again. That's solid defence there from Siegfried. He is playing that front drive very nicely. They've also spread the field out a bit more. They've only got the 1 slip in for Niaz Ali, plus a gully. A few more catching positions in front of square on the offside. Straying onto the thigh pad again. Tickled around the corner. Easy single. Ali to Jason Liu. Again, looking for that Yorker length. But again, well played. Punched out to mid-off. I think Iqbal fields again. Apparently both Dragons batters looking quite comfortable, getting their eye in. That's gone straight through everything. Almost. Yorker length. Just outside off though. That's the end of the 7th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 17 for the loss of 2 wickets, requiring another 359 for victory. Atiq Iqbal continues, and he's just been whipped around the corner. 4 runs. Good shot there. Captain of the Dragons, Siegfried. Quick single there. Keeps the runs ticking over. Dragons now 22 for 2. Atiq Iqbal pushed on the offside again, no run this time. Handy over so far for the Dragons, 6 coming from it, a 4 and 2 singles. Oh, that one stayed a bit low. Beat Siegfried outside off. That's the end of the 8th over. Dragons 23 for 2, needing another 353 for victory. Looks like Niaz Ali will continue from the restaurant end. He's bowled 4 overs already, 1 for 11. They're like a few more wickets now, the Infidels. Don't want these two getting set in. At the moment, they're looking quite comfortable. Ali's 5th over. Going to go through for a quick single. Atiq Iqbal decides not to throw at the stumps. It's only the 2nd run for Jason Liu after facing 13 deliveries. Most of it has been the Siegfried Weiss show. He's up to 17. Scored the bulk of the runs. He's got 17. Extras have got 5. And Jason's got 2. Should make 24. Oh, he's got onto that one nicely. Just punched it. Straight down to the rope for 4. Beautifully timed. Straight out of the middle. Sweet. Bit short of a length there from Niaz Ali. Siegfried Weiss right onto it early. That's his 3rd 4. As I said, he's looking very comfortable out there as the captain. And we'll go back to how costly was that drop catch off Atiq Iqbal's second over. It's a very quick single. If it hits, it'll be very close, but it misses. They get through for the single. It's quite a risky single. I'm not sure if it was worth it in the end, but they get the run on the board. No run there. Just angling in on leg stump and the pads. Defended away. Much like the Dragons when they were bowling, Infidels aren't bothering. Oh, they are using two outside the rope. I stand corrected. I can now see the second one out at the deep square leg, plus a deep fine leg. It's the standard field we see in Sunday Elite, so it was a bit surprising, the aggressiveness of the Cricket Hong Kong Dragons when they were bowling, having all 11 inside the circle. And for the first 13 overs, it worked a treat. 4 wickets. Had KCC Infidels 49 for 4. Almost a bit of a slower delivery there from Ali. That's the end of the 9th over. CHK Dragons 29 for 2, requiring another 347 for victory. Well, Atiq Iqbal will continue from the bowling green end. Be interesting to see if we get a change of bowler from the restaurant end. Niaz Ali's bowled 5 now. Handy 5, 1 for 17. Only going at 3.4 and over. Does look like a few bowlers are starting to limber up in the field. We'll see. First, we've got to get through 6 balls from Atiq Iqbal from the bowling green end. He's bowled 4 overs, 1 for 12. Coming forward and then sliding back there. Siegfried Wire defending onto the offside. Bunch of dust comes up from the propping crease. Oh, it's beaten the outside edge. It's done that a few times as Atiq Iqbal. Bit quicker, a little shorter. Siegfried Wire can't come forward onto that front pad. Just beats the outside edge. Unlucky not to get an edge so far. That one's fuller. Tried to punch it through the end. They're going to go 3 for a single. It's a small misfield. Gets through for a cheeky single. Brings Jason Liu on strike. He's 2 from 16 deliveries so far. Just been supporting his captain. Staying out there after 2 early wickets lost. Atiq Iqbal to Jason Liu. Shorter, straight into the mid-rift area, trickled around with the bat. Another dot ball. Fuller this time. They get the single on the leg side. Another run. That's the end of 10 overs. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 31 for 2, requiring another 345 for victory. As suspected, there is a change in the bowling from the restaurant end. Niaz Ali is going to have a rest after bowling the first 5. Garg coming into the attack. Arush Garg coming off 87 with the bat, now looking to do some damage with the ball. One slip in a gully, in close for the spin of Arush Garg. Captain Mo Khan of the Infidels going to spin early. There's a big appeal. He's been given. LBW, he's got to go. Jason Louis looks down at the ground, looks at the ball, but he's got to go. The umpire's finger went up. That's the 3rd wicket to fall for the CHK Dragons. First delivery from Arush Garg. He's having a day out. 87 with the bat. Wicket with his first delivery. Dragons now 31 for 3. He didn't bowl much last week, but he did get the wickets, and right away, what an inspired change of bowling by Captain Mo Khan. Arush Garg floats that one up there with the leg spin. It's wrapped him on the pads in front of the stumps. He went back. Umpire's finger went up. One ball, 1 wicket for Arush Garg. Now the man who did all the damage for the Dragons with the ball, Henry Sue, is coming out to the crease. He got 4 wickets in his first spell. Did all the damage against the Infidels' top order. Now he's got a job to do. 3 wickets down for the Dragons. And a very fired up Arush Garg. 87 with the bat, 1 wicket with 1 ball, with the ball. Again, 1 slip and gully. 2 short fielders on the offside as well. Lots of catching positions there. Not much on the leg side, which is where Henry was just looking. Floated that one up. It's actually a full toss. It's going to get a cut off there. Well fielded. Young Taran there. They scampered through for a single. Bit of a miscommunication by the Dragons batters. That does get Henry Sue off the mark and brings Siegfried Way onto strike. He's on 23. That one onto the ball. It's beaten him. Beaten everything there. Played over the top of it. Again, there's that spot outside off bowling from this end where the ball stays just a little bit lower and it skidded on through. Lucky not to get the edge. Oh, it's about a big swing and a miss. Siegfried Way was looking to put that into the commentary tent. Missed everything. Was safe in his crease though. Small appeal for stumping, but nothing doing. eventful over so far from Arush Garg. 6 feet wide is really showing intent, trying to attack. So far, 2 swings and a miss. Good little battle. That one was right up on the toes. Final ball of Garg's first over. This time, Siegfried Wei decides to defend. That's the end of the 11th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 32 for 3, requiring another 344 for victory. And we had a change of bowling from the restaurant end. Will we get a change in bowling from the bowling green end? I think we are. While Atiq Iqbal does have the ball in his hands. He's just holding it for the new bowler.
Who's the new bowler? Sorry. Who's the bowler? Who's the new bowler? Who? Okay. What's his last name? I don't know.
What is the last name? The bowler.
What's his last name?
Darshan Shah.
Darshan Shah into the attack for KCC Infidels from the bowling green end. One slip and a very wide, say, 4th slip. Niaz Ali. Oh, he's got a top edge, he's got a catch, he's got him! Great catch, that was flying away. Balsari first slip, reflexes like a cat. Got to go, that's the big wicket. Henry Hsu's just got a huge edge onto that one. It's flown away to first slip. You'd think a lot of the times that one would be dropped, just fly through the fingers, but Balsara wrapped it up. Great catch. And that's the 4th wicket to fall for the Dragons. They're 32 for 4. Darshan Shah getting a wicket in his first over as well. It seems to be order of the day. Everyone that's bowled so far has got a wicket. One for Ali, one for Atiq Iqbal, one for Garg, and now one for Shah. One wicket they haven't got yet is the Dragons captain. He's still out there opening the batting, Siegfried Wei. He's on 23, but he is losing partners rapidly. Kelvin Choi coming out to take strike. Devang Balsara in first slip. That was flying. Caught it at collarbone height. Never looked like dropping it. Kelvin Choi, left-hander. A few adjustments in the field and the umpire moving across to square leg. It's bowled him, first ball. It's taken the off stump. Great delivery, back-to-back wickets. Darshan Shah is now on a hat-trick. Wow. Played all over that, Kelvin Choi. Took your off stump and you've got to go. First ball, that's a golden duck. And that's the 5th wicket to fall for the Cricket Hong Kong Dragons. They're 32 for 5. What a perfect line and length there from Shah to the left-hander. Shaping it away a little. Taking the off stump. And that's another wicket to fall. Again, sorry, that was Kelvin Choi on strike, wasn't it? It was. I was just looking at my scorecard. If you're looking on Crick HQ, fear not. Captain Siegfried Wai is still out there. That was Kelvin Choi that's going back to the tents. And KCC Infidels Darshan Shah is on a hat-trick. We actually saw the Dragons, they were on a hat-trick as well with Henry Hsu. Shah on a hat-trick. Well defended. It is blocking that one away, denying Shah a hat-trick, but he'll still take that as his first over. Double wicket maiden for Darshan Shah. 2 wickets, no runs. And the Dragons now 32 for 5 after 12. Rush Garg to continue from the restaurant end. Siegfried Wai still out there, the captain, doing a captain's knock, but his teammates not helping him out a great deal. They're falling like flies at the moment. Rush Garg with a wicket in his first over, his first ball in fact. Again, this battle, Siegfried Wai is looking to go big on him. But so far, Rush Garg has beaten him every time. We feel like either a 6 or a wicket is coming here. And that one's coming straight to the commentary tent. It won't be a 6, but it will be 3 bounces and over the rope for 4. Garg dropping that one a little bit too short. Gave Siegfried a lot of time to look at it. He knows that one was a little short. He hasn't floated it up and gets the 4. Siegfried wins the first battle. Again, now Rush Garg straight back with that delivery that seems unplayable by Siegfried Wai. Great little battle. This time Siegfried Wai decides maybe I should play defence, and he does. Nicely played, well bowled. Garg flying through this over. Left alone outside off. Another dot ball. Garg to Wai. Again, this time defended, no run, dot ball. End of the 13th over. CHK Dragons 36 for 5 off 13, requiring another 340 for victory. It will be a fired up Darshan Shah continuing from the bowling green end. He will be fired up. Double wicket maiden in his first over. He went dot, 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 wicket, wicket, dot. Will be bowling to the new batter, Jonathan Tia. He's only faced the one delivery. Was the hat-trick ball, in fact, which he safely navigated. He's got that lofted in the air. He's lofted it straight over the top of the infield. 4 runs. It's a nice shot. Everybody inside the circle on the offside. It's the short boundary. He's just lofted it over the top of the infield. Little small risk, of course, if you're going to hit it in the air, but he just punched that over the infield on the offside. 4 runs, that's how to get off the mark. Let's see what Darshan Shah has in return. This time, Tia defends. A lot of players inside the circle for KCC Infidels. Long on is populated only by pigeons. Oh, he's popped that up in the air a little bit, but to the side of Darshan Shah. No chance of a catch there, but a little risky, popped up in the air. There is a fine leg out on the rope. It's always difficult to find the KCC players when they're hiding in the trees with the green uniforms, but it's the only one I can see at the moment outside the circle. Oh, he's beaten him. It's a sort of a prod shot there, but there was nothing doing. Did well enough to leave it alone, to be honest. It's a good delivery. Mokan's up to the stumps. Keep these batters in their crease. 2 slips. 4th slip, maybe. Point. Short cover. Too short inside between mid-off and point. Atiq Iqbal's in close. Staggered off field. There's not a lot of fielders on the leg side, but fortunately mid-on got around very quickly there. Stop the single. This leg side, it looks like they've got the fine leg and the mid-on, and that's it. 7 on the offside. You know what sort of lines Darshan Shah should be bowling. Again defended. That's the end of the 14th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 40 for 5, requiring another 336 for victory. This should be the last over before the drinks break. Currently 2:52 p.m. here in Hong Kong. Should be drinks at 2:55. Arishgag to continue. Floated that up. This little battle between Siegfried Wei and Arishgag continues. Time getting a bit of an outside edge. Just dribbled to 3rd slip. Short gully, whatever. The fielding position is there. It's in close. Again floated up. Again Siegfried Wei wound up on it. Just managed to punch it down to mid-off. Gets the single. Brings Jonathan Tia on strike. He's on 4. That came from A4. Got a deep square leg. 3 on the offside, on the onside, I should say, leg side for Arishgag. Mid on, deep square leg, backward square leg. They thought about the single, then they thought against it. Floated that one a bit on the leg stump there. Easy to get around the corner. Angled it around into that vacant space near the square leg umpire. Siegfried Wei now on 28. Short to flatter outside off, left alone. Dot ball. Depending how quickly the umpires get into place, there's a chance we might get one more over in before drinks. 2:54 local time at the moment. That's short. It should be delivered, and it is. It's a big six. It's gone right up high, just to the left of the commentary position. It'll take a little while to get that one back. Big six there. That's the end of the 15th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 48 for 5, requiring another 328 for victory. And that is a drinks break. While they recover the ball, players will head off for a drink. We'll head off for a drink. We'll be back here in a few minutes, live from Kowloon Cricket Club.
It's going to be your end there.
Welcome back to Kowloon Cricket Club. Aaron Bush with you. Drinks break is at an end. The players are coming back out in the middle. While we wait for the players to get into position, we'll go across to Ting Kwong Road, where ladder leaders United Services Recreation Club Vagabonds, who are playing the Sri Lankans Cricket Club. They need 268 for victory. They're currently 178 for 1 after 25.3. So at the moment, they're doing it comfortably. Sri Lankans will need a few wickets up there. Vagabonds need less than 100 with half the overs to go. Meanwhile, the game up at Hong Kong Cricket Club between the Hong Kong Cricket Club Optimists and Little Saiwan is all over. Optimists scored 132 all out, and Little Saiwan 134 for 3 after 19 overs. Easy victory there for Little Saiwan. Now we're back with play here at Kowloon Cricket Club, with the Dragons at 48 for 5. Darshan Shah will continue for his third over. He took 2 wickets in his first over. Outside off. It's just beaten the fielder. I think he got a fingertip on it. Kept it to a single. Well outside off there. Shah's first delivery. Chipped away on the leg side. Plenty of space out there. They could go for 2, to be honest, and they're going to. Well run. Captain Siegfried Y on strike now. 36. I should mention that 2 he just scored has brought up the Dragons 50. Oh, it's beaten him everything. And they're gone for the stumping. Big appeal. Umpire says not happening. Back foot was lifted slightly in the air, but must have still been on the crease. Mo Khan was confident. He'd gone for a run down the pitch to celebrate. Square leg umpire said no. Good delivery there from Sharp. Beat way outside off. And very sharp keeping, of course. Siegfried Y continues on his merry way. This time defends. Much like the first innings, we said, how costly might that drop catch be? That was Niaz Ali who was dropped. About 90 runs less than what he ended up scoring. And Siegfried Y was in the single digits when he was dropped the easy catch at mid-on. Now up to 36. Comes forward again. We haven't seen a lot of that lately from Siegfried. Early on to the pace bowlers, a lot of coming forward on the front foot, defending. Very solid. Seems more comfortable when he's pushed back. Seems a little bit more vulnerable. Shah. That's got it big outside. It's got the top of the bat. Could have gone anywhere. Fortunately for Siegfried Y, it just popped up in a gap. He survives. That's the end of the 16th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 51 for 5, requiring another 325 for victory. Does look like Arush Garg will continue from the restaurant end. He's bowled 3 overs so far, 1 for 13. Jonathan Chia on strike. He's 6 from 10 balls. He hit a nice 4 over the infield a while back. And a couple of singles to add. Here we go, 17th over. Well floated up. Right in the block hole there. Down a bit off. Be a little bit too full from Garg, but right idea. He's definitely floating the ball up. That one's a little flatter, outside off. Well, that's tough to field out there. It's bounced off the Astro pitch onto the second pitch. Stopped it. Not sure with all hands. Might have been a bit of body as well. This time, Gia defends. It's wrapped on the pads. Big appeal. Not out. Did push him back there. Might have been a little high. Definitely worth a shout though. Jonathan Chia, not the tallest of players out there. Very full this time. It could be out. It is out. Oh, he's mishit that completely. Disgusted with himself, Jonathan Chia. It was there to be smashed, and it wasn't. It was hit straight to the fielder at mid-on. And Jonathan Chia's got to go. That's another wicket to fall. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons now 51 for 6. Easiest of catches there for Shahi Samir at mid-on. Complete miss-hit from Jonathan Chia. Another partner of Siegfried Way has to go. He's losing them at regular intervals at the moment. 6 down, only 51 on the board. Long way away from that target of 376 for victory. Arush Garg gets his second wicket with what was probably the worst delivery he's bowled all day, but he will continue. That one's left outside off. That's called wide. 2 loose deliveries from Arush Garg, but one got the wicket. That one's better. It's beaten everything. That's the end of the 17th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 52 for 6, requiring another 324 for victory. Darshan Shah to continue from the bowling green end. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 7. But Dragons captain Siegfried Way is on strike. He has looked rock solid. 2 slips and a gully in. Mokan up to the stumps. Shorter this time, defended, straight back to the bowler. Infidels will be looking to get Siegfried Way's wicket. He's the only one that's really looked steady out there for the Dragons. All right, had it coming forward again. And again, he's just lifting up that back foot a little bit, but he's keeping it behind the crease. Beaten outside off again by Darshan Shah. We saw that last time these two were facing off. Mokan was very confident that he had a stumping, but was given not out. And that one's lofted in the air. It should be safe. Not sure it's going to go all the way to the rope. It might do because the fielder from mid-on has had to run a long way around out to deep mid-wicket. Does manage to save 2 runs. Good effort. Very long boundary. With this heavily stacked offside field. Plenty of gaps on the leg side. Shah will be trying not to stray onto middle and leg too much. White pushes back, defends onto the offside, dot ball. Again, I think it might have come off the thigh pad. The umpire said not out. Beat way again. Feel like it came off the back thigh pad maybe. Didn't move that far across the first slip, so it's deflected off something. Went up for an appeal. Balsara taking the catch, but no bat involved. One strays onto the leg stump. Trickled around. They might come back for a second here. They are. Safely run. 2 runs to the score. That's the end of the 18th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 56 for 6, requiring another 320 for victory. Arush Garg to continue from the restaurant end. He's bowled 4 overs so far, 2 for 14. Got a wicket in his last over. It was a lucky wicket. Big full toss. Lucky for Garg. Jonathan Sear just managed to pop it up to mid-on. Here he goes for his 5th over. Floats it up there outside off, left alone. A lot of the spin bowlers today have been bowling flatter and faster. I like the look of this. Garg still confident enough to float it up there, give it some movement. Not a lot of spin on offer. The ball is dipping, dropping on the batters, causing some issues. Oh, it's beaten the outside edge. Another beautiful delivery from Garg. Had Arthur Chu pushing forward on that one. Again this time, manages to punch it out to point. Did ask at the drinks break, is it spinning, is it seaming, is it swinging? And the answer was none of the above. Just a flat track at the moment. KCC Infidels putting it to the best use. 6 wickets already inside 19 overs. That's the end of the 19th over. CHK Dragons 56 for 6, requiring another 320, as that was a maiden. Darshan Shah to continue from the bowling green end. Also with 2 wickets already in his first 4 overs, 2 for 11 with 1 maiden. Does bring Dragons captain Siegfried Way back on strike. He's on 40 now. Make that 44. He's punched that through the field. Raced away down to the training nets for 4. Too short there from Shah. He knows the length that troubles Siegfried Way, and that is not the length. Wanting to look to get Way to come on the front foot, push with the bat. That's the one there. It popped up a little bit too. Punched out to point, no run. I think Siegfried Way was dropped on 4. He's put on another 40 runs now. This game may be all over if that catch had been taken, but we will continue. Siegfried Way looking to notch up his half century soon. And for the most part, apart from that drop catch, he's looked very solid. A few times outside off. That's a slower ball there. Darshad Shah. Siegfried Way came forward to it. It did pop up. Atiq Iqbal's in close, but not close enough for that one to fall into the mitts. Something we didn't see from the first 5 overs. I think we might have seen one, perhaps. The Atiq Iqbal slower ball. Always fun to watch coming out of the back of the hand. That one's shorter. That one's dispatched. One bounce over the rope. 4 runs. 2 fours off that over. That is the end of the 20th over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 64 for 6. Over at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, Vagabonds chasing 268 for victory. After 29 overs, 217 for 2. Another wicket has fallen, but the runs continue. They're on track to finish that game off in the next 10 overs. Looks like we'll have a change in bowling. Shahi Samir bowling from the restaurant end. Fairly standard at the moment for KCC Infidels. Each of the bowlers bowling 5 overs, then a change. Arthur Chew on strike. He's yet to get off the mark. Another one of the KCC Infidel bowlers who also did damage with the bat. Shahi Samir not out 68. Great death batting. Now he's looking to do it with the ball. That's a full toss. Just under waist height. Doesn't matter. It's been dispatched away. That will run all the way down. I don't think it'll be chased down. Oh, he did. Well fielded. I think they come back for 3 though. Very well run. Very well fielded. I won't say very well bowled. That was a rank full toss. The rest of the cricket was pretty to watch. It is the longer boundary to that side. Just proved that 3 runs is possible. Now Wise on strike. That's about him. It's bowled him. I was about to say that's a much better delivery, and it was. It went straight through the captain, Siegfried Roy. Why? He's got to go. Siegfried Roy is out. Bowled off stump. There we go. An absolute meat pie before that. Full toss. Went for 3. And then the next delivery from Shahi Samir. Absolute beaut. Beat Siegfried Wyatt inside out. And the captain's got to go. So sad for him. He was on 48. Didn't quite get his half century. That brings Jacob Lim, the leg spinner, to the crease. 7 wickets down now for the Dragons. 67 for 7 in 20.3. That delivery from Samir out of the hand looked like an absolute peach. Was calling it halfway down the pitch, saying it was a much better delivery. Took the top of off stump. Every single bowler for the KCC Infidels now has a wicket or more. Sharing is caring at the Infidels. Samir to continue. Jacob Lim on strike. It's well bowled and well played. Similar length delivery to the last one that got the wicket. Jacob Lim came down to defend. Samir. Fuller, again, just punched outside to point. No run. One more delivery in the Shahi Samir over. His first, so far very successful. Pitched right up there. Well played again by Jacob Lim. Just pushed out onto the offside. That is the end of the 21st over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 67 for 7, needing another 309 for victory. Tall order, you'd say. KCC Infidels will be looking to wrap this up as quick as possible. And we had a change in bowling from the restaurant end. More than likely we'll have a change in bowling from the bowling green end.
What's their full name?
There is a change in bowling. Khan bowling from the bowling green end. That's been very nicely chopped away on the offside. 4 runs. Oh, the Chews look quite all right. He hit 3 that almost went for 4 of the last over. That was a full toss. That one he just waited on it. Outside off. It was short. Punched it through the field. Raced away to the boundary. He's up to 7. Nadeem Khan. Again, this one shorter, flatter, outside off. Called wide. Just pushed it a little too far outside off. It's beaten the bat this time. Cheeky appeal there from Nadeem Khan, asking for caught behind. Literally no one else on the ground was interested. Short flat, that's been dispatched onto the leg side. There is coverage out there, hiding down a deep square leg. Just a single. Too short there from Khan. Gave Arthur Chew all the time in the world to have a look at it. This will bring Jacob Lim on strike. He's yet to get off the mark. Faced 3 balls so far. First 3 balls he faced, I thought he looked quite solid. We'll see how he goes against Nadeem Khan. That's a better length there from Khan. Bit fuller, not so flat and fast, but the flat and fast one did beat the bat of Arthur Chew. He's mixing them up. You're looking to get a wicket. At the moment, he's the only person on the score sheet without one. Though he's only bowled 4 balls. Give him a break. One had Lim coming forward, popped up a little bit. A little bit of interest there. Infielder Lake. That one might come to me. Next ball. 1 delivery left of the 22nd over. Full. Just off the toe of the bat. Picked up. That's the end of the over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 73 for 7. Keeping an eye on that game up at Ting Kwong Road in Ho Man Tin. Vagabonds requiring 268 for victory. They're up to 241. They've lost another wicket though. 241 for 3. They're certainly not in any danger here. They only need another what's that? 27 runs for victory with 7 wickets in hand. Looks like the ladder leaders will notch up another win over there at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Back here at KCC, Shahir Samir to continue. Short and fast, chopped down, bounced over the stumps. Bounced over Mo Khan, no run. Feel like another wicket here and the game will be done and dusted very quickly. Arthur Chu on strike. Left outside off. Well taken. I can't. Samir's not slow by any stretch of the imagination. Pushing the ball down quite quickly. Always a challenge to keep up to the stumps. Two slips in a gully. It's like a first and third slip in, almost. Samir again trying to look for that line where he gets the top of the off stump, just outside off that time. Feel like he's slowly honing in on that top of the off stump. He did manage to get the big wicket, the biggest wicket today. The captain of the Dragons, Siegfried Wai. Beautiful delivery. Oh, that one bounced. That one kicked up. That was quick. Mo Khan took that sort of helmet height. I think something's got to give here. 4 dot balls in a row. Either Arthur Chu's going to chase something or a wicket's going to come. Called wide, will need to re-bowl. That ruined Samir's maiden. Was looking good. It's too wide. It's good length. You can see that one stayed a bit lower. Went through just below bail height. But just too wide. Again, just outside off. Called wide again. Chu thinking about it, had a swing at it. Too wide to get bat on it. Better line and length, well played there from Chu, defended out onto the offside. One more legal delivery left of this, the 23rd over. That's pitched right up and well played. Going for that Yorker length. That's the end of the 23rd over. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 75 for 7, requiring another 301. The required run rate is now up to 11.19. Not saying it's impossible, but it will be tough. Nadeem Khan to continue from the bowling green end. He bowled 1 over. Went for 6. As I said, he'll be looking to get a wicket, as everybody else on the bowling sheet has a wicket so far. Jacob Lim on strike. He's yet to get off the mark. Faced a full over, 6 deliveries. All been dots. Short up. Well, that actually bounced up quite high. That was shorter, but expected it to skid on a bit. Came through rib height to Jacob Lim. Just tickled it around the corner, but there was fielders, no run. Another dot in the book. Again, short outside off. Jacob Lim threw the bat at it a bit. Somewhat unnecessary. Either you're going to hit it or leave it alone. Just prodding at it gives everybody a chance of a catch. This time, a bit fuller from Khan. Forces Lim back onto the back foot. as the shadows slowly creep across Kowloon Cricket Club. They're just making their way to the infield circle. That one's fuller, and oh, it's beaten everything. Big shout for appeal. He's been given, yes! The nod. Finger goes up. Jacob Lim's got to go. He's out for a duck. He faced a total of 9 deliveries without getting a wicket. Without getting a run, sorry. Yeah. Out LBW, wrapped on the pads. Umpire at the bowling green end gave it a couple of nods of the head. Then the finger went up. As we said, now everybody that has had a bowl for KCC Infidels has got a wicket on the bowling sheet. It's nice how it works like that. That's 8 wickets down now. CHK Dragons, 75 for 8. 2 more balls left in this over. Spinner Ming Lee coming out to the crease now. Just 2 more wickets for the Infidels to wrap this game up. Two more deliveries for Nadeem Khan in his second over. Now 1 for 6. I think Iqbal is right in there, giving Ming Lee some advice. Now step back a bit to short cover. Khan. Oh, he's got a big top edge there. He's going to get to it. Oh, it's fallen. It was a square leg umpire's catch, that one. Was in the air for a long time, but the fielders weren't close enough. They scarpered. And then it looks like they're complaining that there was sun in the eyes as well. Anyway, gets off the mark. Now Arthur Chu's on strike. That's very full, driven. That is going all the way to the boundary, that one. No, they're going to cut it off. Yes, they did. You can see that side on right at the rope. 3 runs. Oh, didn't. Yeah, 3 runs there. It was well run. I'll put Arthur Chu back on strike for the next over. Samir continuing. 2 overs, 1 for 5. Arthur Chu, he's looked all right. He's on 11 now, including a 4. That was almost another 4. Saved right on the rope. Samir. Rolled his wrists on that one. Chu. Didn't quite get it out of the middle. Just the fine leg outside the circle. That's a slower ball. It's beaten everything there. Out of the back of the hand from Samir. Floated it down. Arthur Chu was expecting the express pace of Samir and had played the shot well before it had arrived. Yeah. Apologies. It is Ming Lee on strike. Only 2 runs at the end of the last over. Was the short boundary. I was surprised that they made it for 3. Turns out they didn't. Ming Lee on strike. He's on 1. Again, that's that slower ball and the top edge. 2 of them getting underneath it. Oh, he's missed it. It's very valiant effort running back, but spilt right at the last minute. It was a slower ball from Samir. Drew Ming Lee into the big top edge shot. Big run there from mid-off. didn't quite get completely under it. I think it's a Roosh Garg out there, is it? Ran a long way, running back. Got his hands to it, but spilt it on the fall. Oh, that's beaten everything again. Shahi Samir is trying to figure out how he has to get a second wicket here. He's doing everything right. So close, so close. Yet no cigar. One delivery left of his third over. Just the one from it so far. That's short, beaten outside off. End of the over. That's the halfway mark. 25 overs done. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 79 for 8, requiring another 297 for victory. Go up the hill. Looks like that game's all over. Up the hill, I'm sorry, over to Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground, and it is all over. United Services Recreation Club Vagabonds chased down the 268 for victory in ease in the end. 33.2 overs. They scored 270 for 3. Big victory. Keeps them at the top of the table of Division 2 for the Sunday Elite League. Their openers scored 77 and 92. That's how to do it. We're continuing on here. Nadeem Khan from the bowling green end. He almost chopped that one onto his stumps. Fortunately, he chopped it onto his boot. More pigeons coming in. They must know the game's not far away from ending. That's short, should be dispatched, and it is. 1, 2, 3, over the rope, 4 runs. That's well played, Ming Lee. Of course, it was there to be hit. It was short, it was on the leg stump, or even further along. He's just rotated on that nicely. I think Iqbal walks in again to give him a bit more advice. I'm sure it was friendly. After a number of hours, the electrical equipment behind the commentary tent has stopped whining. We are all pleasantly surprised. Happy scorers, happy commentators. Again, Iqbal and Ming Lee having a good old chat. Smiles on faces. Have to get stump mics out there one day. See what the chat is about. Popped up. Defended. This one's Fuller. Tried to whip it round the corner, but they do have a fielder waiting for such a shot. Final delivery of Nadeem Khan's third over. Oh, a swing and a miss. Ming Lee was looking to put that under the offside fence, but missed it completely. 26 overs done. The Dragons 83 for 8. Changing bowling, it looks like, from the restaurant end. The change in bowling is Malha Vora, brother of Infidels regular Dash Vora. Oh, it's beaten him. Nice flight. Not a lot of spin. Bounce. Good start. Bowling in the sunglasses, I like it. My kind of style. That's on leg and that's been dispatched. Talked up the first ball. Second was not so good. 2 bounces over the rope, 4 runs. Arthur Chew up to 14 now. That's his second boundary. The Dragons would like to get up to 100 at least. Get some batting practice out there. That's short and should be dispatched again. Just the single down to mid-off, I should say. Short again on the leg side. Bit of indecision there. Arthur Chew was going for the single. Mingley was not. Just a bit short there from Vora. And also straying on leg. Again, going down leg side, called wide. It's wrapped on the pads, but I think going down leg again. The Infidels giving everybody a go today. This is the 7th bowler they've used. No one has bowled more than 5 overs. That's the end of Vora's first over, and that's the end of the 27th over. CHK Dragons 89 for 8. Nadeem Khan to continue from the bowling green end. He's bowled 3 so far, 1 wicket for 13. Fires that one in quickly. They're going to go for a quick single. Shot at the non-striker's end. He was home though. Brings Arthur Chew on strike. That one's floated up. Slight misfield, they get through for a single. There's a catch down leg side. Very confident appeal from Mo Khan. Nothing doing from the umpire. Interesting, it wasn't given out, but also wasn't called wide. It just was. Nadeem Khan. Another 3 deliveries left. Full this time. That's got a huge top edge. Trying to float over the infield for 4. Yeah, short boundary. Not the most deliberate of shots, but the infield is they're all inside the circle. No coverage on the boundary. Raced away, another 4. Mingley's second 4 in his 12. Full this time. It's not going to beat mid-on. Well fielded, they still get the single. Very full. Punch to the offside. End of the 28th over. CHK Dragons 97 for 8. 22 overs remain. The target runs required 279. 2 wickets required for KCC Infidels. Since it worked last time when I said it about for Nadeem Khan, I will say it for Malhar Vora. He's currently the only person on the bowling sheet without a wicket. I'm sure he'd like to join his teammates with at least a 1 in that column under the W's. He will continue. He's taken the shades off. He's got serious. The sunglasses are off. He wants that wicket. Oh, if there was somebody in close, he would have got it. That was popped right up. Got a teak in close, but he's not square. Ming Lee charging down the pitch there. Only a single. Brings Arthur Chew on strike. Well bowled, well played. A little bit of shuffling to the field. I think we brought in a leg slip now. Interesting. There's somebody out there on the square leg boundary. Looks like Samir cuts it off, just a single. Yes, the leg slip's interesting. That throw from Samir back in was also interesting because nobody saw it. Just about landed on Nadeem Khan's head. Vora to continue. Oh, it's bowled him! It has bowled him! There it is! Commentators, the opposite of curse. Luck, the commentator's luck. Vora gets on the score sheet. He's got his first wicket. That's the 9th wicket to fall for the Cricket Hong Kong Dragons. They are 99 for 9. Great delivery there from Malha Vora. Pitched it up. Played all over the top of it. Did Ming Lee. Took his off stump. That's what I like to see. A bowling scorecard. 7 bowlers and all of them have at least 1 wicket. Now there's Ali, 5 overs, 1 for 17. Atiq Iqbal, 5 overs, 1 for 14. Arush Garg, 5 overs, 2 for 14. Darshad Shah, 5 overs, 2 for 19. Shahi Samir, 3 overs, 1 for 6. Nadeem Khan, 4 overs, 1 for 20. And now Malha Vora, 1.5 overs, 1 for 9. 1 more wicket for the Infidels to get another win on the board for them and keep them in this chance of getting into the final of the Division 2 Sunday Elite League. Top 2 teams will play off for a chance to go up into Division 1. At the moment it's a 3-way race. So every win vital. Vora's last delivery of his second over. Floated up there, defended. That is the end of the 29th over. CHK Dragons 99 for 9. Nadeem Khan will continue from the bowling green end. He's bowled 4 overs, 1 for 20. All bowlers now will be looking to finish this game off as quick as possible. Teddy Tong's out at the crease. He's at the non-striker's end. He faced that first and last delivery of the Vora over. His first delivery. Arthur Chew on strike. He's on 17. Looked quite handy. That's been absolutely pounded to the boundary. As I said, Arthur Chew's looking all right. That's his 3rd boundary. He moves to 21. Basically for the Dragons, it was Captain Siegfried Y and also Arthur Chew. Nobody else managed to do much. Ming Lee did get a nice handy 14 before being bowled. At the moment, Arthur Chew's fighting to the death. This one's floated up further, well bowled. Really put it up there. Gave it a chance to either get an edge or, if any luck, it stayed a little low. Could have bowled him. He's been bowling a little bit too short at times. That's the ones that get hit away on the offside for 4. But that one there was perfect. Again, great length. Also had his back foot up a little bit, but Mokan juggled the ball. there might be a chance of a bowled or a stumping or a caught behind here coming. Nadeem Khan keeps bowling this good line and length. Again, that's a bit on the offside. It's lucky it was hit in the air. It was wide. The fielder is behind square. It's another one of those ones, I think, if the player was standing at square leg or just to the left of square leg, they might have got a catch. All right, this brings Teddy Tong on strike, the number 11 for the Dragons. Floated up. I think he's got an edge. Did he get an edge? No. Thought he might have actually just got a bit of an edge on that one. Again, floats it up. That's the end of the 30th over. CHK Dragons 104 for 9. Really don't think there's much point me telling you the target runs required, but I will anyway. 272 needed at a run rate of 13.65. For it to continue from the restaurant end. Bowled 2 overs, 1 for 9. Successful over last over. It's in the air. Oh, it's just fallen short. Mid-off was back a little bit. Chances out there. That's Arthur Chu. Haven't seen too many shots like that from him. He tried to wind up on that one, got an inside bottom edge. Just gets the single. Or are we now bowling to Teddy Tong? He's faced 3 deliveries currently. Yet to get off the mark. Oh, the jumped up. Is a catch down leg side? Not given out, not out. Thigh pad, something. It kicked up, as Teddy Tong saying to Mo Khan out there. That really jumped up. And it did. But it failed to hit the battle gloves. And that's why the leg slip is in there. Just in case. Vora. Very full this time, well defended by Tong. Tong was in a couple of minds there. He's going to look at pulling it to the leg side, but then decided to go back and defend. That one short, fast, hit him on the pads. It stayed quite low. Big shout. The umpire gave it a fair bit of thought, but in the end said no. That's the end of the 31st over. CHK Dragons 105 for 9. It's definitely worth a shout. Stayed low. The umpire gave it a long, hard think, but in the end said no. Nadeem Khan to continue from the bowling green end. In fact, this will be the most overs anyone has bowled from KCC Infidels. He's going into his 6th over now. Giving him lots of practice out there. Short outside off. Those are the ones that he tends to get punished on. When he floats them up a bit more, he starts to trouble the batters. That's outside. That got exactly what it deserves. That should be a 6. 4, just inside the rope. Straight down leg, was short. Long boundary. One bounce over the rope for 4. Arthur Chu fighting to the death, up to 27. That's beaten the outside edge. That was a quicker one. It was a better ball. Nadeem Khan pushed it through, stayed a little low. That one's short on leg side again. That one, if that doesn't go over the rope. Yeah, that one did go over the rope. Big 6. Put a little bit more effort into it that time, Arthur Chu. Made sure it went that extra metre over the rope for 6. Again, Nadeem Khan short, straying on the leg stump. Right for the picking for Arthur Chu. He's up to 33. Fuller faster, still managed to punch it through the infield. Won't go all the way to the boundary. Just the single. Brings Teddy Tong on strike. Yet to get off the mark. 7 balls faced. Big full toss, no ball. Free hit coming up. Was well over waist height. So Nadeem Khan will end his 6th over with a free hit. No damage done. Dot ball. End of the over. 32 done. Cricket Hong Kong Dragons 117 for 9. Forward to continue. Right on the toes, full toss. Swept around a square leg. Well fielded. For his 4th over. His first 3 overs went for 10. Got that 1 wicket. Again full. Another dot ball. That one's a bit shorter, but it's on the legs. There's going to be some work to do out there for Samir. Runs around from deep square leg. Keeps it to a single. Brings Teddy Tong on strike. Still yet to get off the mark. He's got 3 balls left of the Vora over to do so. Tried hard there, but only got the inside edge. A lot of dust. Not a lot of action. Malhar Vora. Oh, that almost popped up to a teak. Hiding in there close. 1 bounce. He's wound up on that one. That's run out, I think. It is. It's gone. What a way to end the game. How unfortunate for Arthur Chu. He was on 35. He's managed to be run out as he left his crease. Driven hard back by Teddy Tong, trying to get off the mark. Vora got down, got 1 hand on it, and up went the lights of the stumps. And that's the end. Cricket Hong Kong all bowled out in 33 overs for 118. Kowloon Cricket Club Infidels victors here at KCC, scoring a massive 375 in their 50 overs. That's the win that KCC Infidels needed, and they've got it in the books now. Next weekend, they'll be playing at Tin Kwong Road, so we will not be having any audio coverage from there. And then in 2 weeks' time, back here at KCC, when Matt Botfield will join me back in the commentary tent, the KCC Division 1 team will be taking the field, and it'll be our first commentary with the Division 1 Sunday Elite Games. That's March 12. Join us then. But from here, from KCC, Aaron Bush signing off.